So now we'll discuss about the small intestine. Okay, so small intestine is the longest part of our alimentary canal. Okay, the small intestine is the longest part of the alimentary canal. Okay, and which is about 20 feet long in case of human being. So very important point. Okay, which one? The small intestine is about small small intestine is about 20-meter long in case of human being. Okay, somebody is in waiting room. No, understood? About 20-meter long in case of human being. In case of like herbivorous and carnivorous animals, the small intestine is more longer than human being. You know why? Because we are eating cooked food and which requires less energy for the digestion. But like animal, they are eating grass, and like carnivorous animal, they are eating like meat. Okay, flesh eaters, the absorption process, is and digestion process have to be very long in them. That's why their small intestine is longer than human being. Okay, so we are discussing about human being. It has a region called duodenum, the region which is follows the stomach, then genumus, yes, jejunum. We will discuss one by one, don't worry. In structure part of the small intestine is the middle part, and ileum is the later region. See, so we have the long intestine, like suppose this is the intestine. Okay, it is very highly coiled. So starting part, like first part of the first part, suppose I'm writing providing structure like in a straight line, but it's not present in a straight. Oh, what's wrong? Okay, let me erase this one, and I am drawing small intestine like this in a straight line. Okay, but it is very highly coiled in case of human being. Okay, so the initial part, this is the initial part. Okay, this is the initial part of the small intestine. This is small intestine. Small intestine. Okay, this is the initial part, this is the middle part, and this is the end part. Okay, I'm writing here initial part, of small intestine, middle part, and it is end part. Okay, so end part is called as ileum. Okay, and the middle part is called as jejunum. And the initial part is called as duodenum. Okay, understood beta? Very important. The initial part of small intestine is called as duodenum. The middle part of the small intestine is called as jejunum, and the end part of the small intestine is called as ileum. Understood? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to enclose it inside the box so that you can understand separately. Okay. Now next part, next point we have continues further into the large intestine, and then small intestine open into the large intestine. Okay, so this is the small intestine. It is about 20 feet long in case of human being. It is feet, or it is feet, not meter. Okay, so I'm writing here, it is 20 feet long in case of human being. In case of human being. Okay, now all the points are now inside the box. Now next part, the internal surface of the small intestine is folded into the finger like projection called villi. So see, suppose this is the inner lining wall of the small intestine. Okay, so here the small, like finger like, folded finger like projections are present, and these finger like projections are called as villi. Okay, these are called as villi. And in villi, on the surface, like end, like surface of the villi, there are again microvilli are present here. Okay, so these are the villi, and these are called as microvilli. Microvilli. This microvilli helps in absorption of food. This microvilli absorb the nutrition from the food. Okay. So where were we here? So this finger like projection inside the, suppose this is the small intestine, here this finger like projections are present, and due to which it looks like a very folded structure. Okay, and this folded structure are called as villi. Villi. A common pancreatic duct from pancreas and liver opens into the duodenum. See, this is the initial part of the intestine called duodenum. So we have to go to the structure here. In this part, liver is also present. Okay, liver is the largest gland of the body. Okay, and its main role is to secrete the bile juice. It secretes the bile juice. This is the largest gland. Liver is the largest gland of body. Okay, which secretes bile juice. Bile juice. Okay, and from here, see, this bile juice is continuously secreted by the liver. When it is stored, generally when it is not being used, then it is stored in a gallbladder. See, this is called, as structure is called as gallbladder. It's called as gallbladder. That bile juice is secreted into gallbladder, and whenever they require, this bile juice is secreted into the small intestine in this part. Okay, in this part. Okay, so here this structure will come, this part. Okay, this is the largest gland of the body called liver. It secretes the bile juice, and this bile juice is stored in a gallbladder, and from gallbladder, this the bile juice is secreted into the small intestine, and this duct is called as common duct. Common duct. So what is common duct? Common duct, which emerging from the liver as well as from the gallbladder and enters into the small intestine, is called as common duct. That's why, see, it coming directly from the liver as well as from the gallbladder. That's why it is called as common duct. Okay, why it is called as common duct? Because it is emerging, it is coming, or it is joining the liver as well as everyone. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
why it is called as common duct? Because it is coming directly from the liver as well as from the gallbladder. That's why it is called as common duct. Okay, so that we are discussing here. See, the common pancreatic duct from the pancreas and liver. See, pancreatic gland is also present there. It secretes the pancreatic juice. Okay, and gall liver secretes the bile juice, which directly coming into the small intestine and which makes food basic in nature or alkaline. Because in stomach, food was in acidic condition, so that food have to be converted into the basic medium. That's why this bile juice is secreted and which is mixed in the food, like like acidic food then convert into the basic medium. Okay, so that that acidic, if suppose the food acidic medium will enter into the small intestine, so we'll going to rupture that villi because it is in acidic nature and our body's nature is basic. So due to the effect of acid, our food, okay, like if food it is in basic in nature, then it is going to harm the villi, that inner lining wall of the small intestine. That's why this bile juice mixed into the food and makes it alkaline in nature. Okay, where the nutrition absorption takes place. Then last point we have, most of the chemicals digestion and absorption takes place in the small intestine only. So absorption of nutrients and digestion of food also takes place in, see, digestion of food also takes place in small intestine, whereas absorption of nutrition takes place in small intestine itself. Okay, understood beta? Any doubt in small intestine?
Sir.
Okay, so let revise once. So small intestine is the longest part of the alimentary canal and which is about 20 feet long in case of human being. Okay, then it has the region called duodenum, which is the initial part of the small intestine. Okay, then second part, in the second region or middle region of the small intestine is called as jejunum, and the ileum is the end part of the small intestine. Okay, then small intestine enters into the large intestine. Okay, then the internal structure of the small intestine is a very folded region, and this folded region is due to the finger-like projection are present called as villi, and in villi nutrients are being absorbed. Okay, villi helps for the absorption of nutrition from the digested food. Okay, then the common pancreatic duct and from the pancreas and liver open into the duodenum, which secretes the bile juice. See, this common duct enters through the pancreatic duct also. Okay, then most of the chemicals like most of the chemical digestion and absorption takes place in small intestine itself. Okay, so this is the part of the small intestine. Understood beta?
Yes.
Everyone, any doubt till here? So
No, sir.
okay. So because we have only 5 minutes more, so that large intestine is not going to complete. Okay, so let's go through with the pen villi. I think this is the villi. See, this is the structure of villi. We will discuss later in detail. Okay, so this finger-like projection is called as villi. And in villi, see, if we will observe this part in detail over here. Okay, so this villi contain, see this on the structure, they contain also villi-like structure called microvilli. Okay, this microvilli and villi help in absorption of nutrition. Okay, understood? So these microvilli are present at the membrane or outer covering of the villi. So we will discuss later on in detail about the microvilli also. This is the pancreatic gland. This is the pancreatic gland which opens into the gallbladder. Okay, so pancreatic gland and from liver they opens into the same duct called common duct. Okay, that's why that duct was called as common duct. So it comes coming directly from the liver, then pancreas and gallbladder. Okay, this is the gallbladder. Okay, so this duct is directly coming from the pancreas as well as liver as well as from gallbladder. That why it is called as common duct. Common duct. So we will discuss each and every part of the small intestine, large intestine. See, this part we have already been covered. It is nothing but the movement of the food into the alimentary canal through the contraction and relaxation of muscles. Okay, so when the food enters from our mouth and then we'll swallow the food into the esophagus, then from esophagus till the rectum, the food is moved to the further, okay, like for due to the contraction and relaxation of muscles. And this activity is controlled by the sphincter muscle. Okay, so any doubt till here, beta, from today's and last lecture? Any doubt? If here you can ask the question.
Sir, will you explain a digestive enzyme and what they break?
What, beta?
Like, will you explain what digestive enzymes break? What type of food
Okay, 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 okay.
and
See, generally we are eating, the food that we are eating contain three types of nutrients. Okay, the food that we are eating contain three types of nutrients. Our time is already over, but let's discuss in very fast. See, nutrients, whatever we are eating, they are of three types. Number one, energy providing nutrients. Energy providing nutrients. They are called as carbohydrates. Okay, carbohydrates they use to provide energy in our body. Okay, this will take we will discuss this part also because it will come definitely in the later discussion. Okay, probably 2-3 lecture after we will discuss about this part also. Okay, then we have body building nutrients. Body building nutrients, they are called as proteins. Protein, lipid is also there. Okay, then we have protecting nutrients. Okay, this is the third nutrients and they are called as like vitamins. Okay, so these are vitamins and some minerals are there. Okay, so these are the three main types of nutrients that we are having or eating in our everyday diet, and different digestive enzymes plays important role for the digestion of carbohydrate, protein and vitamins and minerals. Okay, so here we have different types of enzymes. We have amylase. Okay, then we have pepsin. Okay, it is from pepsinogen, pepsin. We have trypsin. Okay, there are more different types of digestive enzymes which are secreted by the different digestive gland in our body. Okay, so I have made one chart on that according to the different like which nutrients is going to digest by which chemical substance called enzyme. Okay, I have prepared one table for that. We will discuss in that table about detail. Okay, so this, just you have to write this. You can take a screenshot for this type of nutrient that we are eating in our daily life. Okay, then we will discuss each and every part of digestion, where which digestive enzyme going to digest which nutrients in our body. Okay, so when you take a screenshot, beta. Okay, and I have prepared one chart we will discuss in our next lecture. Okay, and light and the dark reaction also, along with that we will cover the both part. Okay, you just go through that chart that I have prepared. You will you will not face any difficulties. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, yeah, so I think our time is already been passed, so we had to yes, 47 is now. So we are going to disconnect beta. Okay, yeah. So by probably I will get a schedule by tomorrow. Then I think number of lecture has been increases in the week. So probably we will have 3 or 4 lectures in a week. So I will get my schedule tomorrow. Then we will discuss further. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Yeah. Bye. Beta. Bye.